Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of my podcast, Suchitra's Life, with me, Suchitra. And in today's episode, I'll be talking about another lovely book called Wake Up and Live by Dorothea Brande. She wrote this book back in 1930s, and this book does come under the self-help genre. And in it, she culminates what all the self-help books are trying to tell you for so long. She admits that back then she too was not being productive in her life, and though she really wanted to be a writer, she just got along by being an editor, and for a very long time she convinced herself that she's happy, but deep down she knew that she wasn't. And that's when this realization hit her hard, and then she went on to do some amazing work as a writer. And it is in Wake Up and Live, Dorothea talks about what's exactly stopping us from living our lives to the fullest, which is, by doing meaningful and productive work. She emphasized the importance of doing things with a mindset of impossible to fail. According to Dorothea, it's the fear that's stopping us from doing anything at all. Why try and fail instead, just stay put? But what if you approach any task with a mindset of impossible to fail? That's what she elaborates a lot in this book. She gives 12 principles of sorts to start following to see some change immediately. And these are as follows. The first principle is to sit in silence for an hour a day. This helps in observing our own thoughts and just being more present, and also being calm and silent. We tend to get a little bit of clarity eventually. The second principle is think half an hour a day exclusively on one subject. This builds the concentration you say that you lack. The third principle is write a letter without using the pronouns I, me, and mine. This is to think about others as well. The fourth principle is to talk for 15 minutes without using the pronouns I, me, and mine. Again, to talk about other things other than yourself. The fifth principle is to write a letter to yourself in successful tone, which is not lying but being quite realistic and positive as well. The sixth principle is, you can take it literally as well. It says, pause on the threshold of any crowded room and consider your relation to the people who are in it. So before jumping into anything, you just pause. You just pause and consider your relation to the people. That's beautiful advice. A beautiful principle, actually. The seventh principle is, let a new acquaintance talk about himself or herself. So this not only makes you come across as a good listener, but you tend to learn a lot about the other person as well. The eighth principle is, talk exclusively about yourself. So when you're doing this exercise, you get to see your own positives and negatives. And the ninth principle says, get rid of overly used phrases. When you get rid of the junk, whatever remains, like whatever words that you're speaking, they become more impactful. The next principle, the 10th one, says, plan 2 hours of a day and live accordingly to the plan. So this principle kind of instills a bit of self-discipline, right? And then the 11th principle says, push yourself to act non-habitually once in a while. Once in a while, you can push yourself to do things you wouldn't do otherwise. It's like a little challenge every now and then. The last principle says, say yes to every request made of you, but don't do this every day. So once in a while, just try taking that risk of saying yes to everything and just see how it goes. But don't do it too often that people take advantage of you. So these were the principles that Dorothea talked about, which can be followed by anyone, and hopefully you can see a change too when followed consistently. I know people out there say that self-help genre is just a money-minting segment of the publishing industry, but my take on it is, if it's helping you to be a little calm and positive when you're distressed, then maybe it's not that bad at all. The problem comes when people actively don't change their life but keep consuming content just to stimulate their brain every now and then. That's where the problem lies. With all the content that's coming up, it's easy to tell ourselves that since we watched a video of how to be more productive in 2022, doesn't mean we are actually being productive. I hope you all make out this difference and truly make something meaningful of your life. Until next time, take care.